I just want to go over a few things that you may have missed yesterday in the season finale of the first Rogue Manhunt on the Division 2. I did my update video yesterday and I missed a few of these things. So it's the first time that I'm actually speaking about them with you. And after we've done that, I will be doing my normally weekly update video of the Division 2 where we do top picks on the vendor reset and things like that. So first, I just want to take you to Aaron Keener's cell, because I didn't notice this until I read my DMs this morning, and there could be a clue as to when the next season is released. I just want to thank Pony, our server admin, for letting me know about this. And if you just bring out camera mode and have a look in the room, know where the briefcase is with the watches, you'll notice this sticky note that says Stage 2. It looks like it says 15th of October 10. I'd ignore the 10, but what Pony has said is he can guarantee that, I know this this board here with sticky notes is a reusable asset. He can guarantee the sticky note was not on it prior to the manhunt yesterday. So does this mean that the next season of the Division 2, so seasons 2.0, when we continue this story, is going to be the 15th of October? And that's all on that, really. I did get the camera into Aaron Keener's cell and tried to have a look at the sticky notes that are on his board inside, but I didn't notice anything out of place with that. But maybe this sticky note here is a way that the devs are trying to tell us when the next season will be. It could also be a red herring and be absolutely nothing. Next, I want to talk about something that I did cover in yesterday's update video, and that's the ducks. These ducks can be found in the Aaron Keener manhunt mission. I got a little bit more info for you today. I think there's been over 13 found so far, and some are in very well hidden places as well. And it's as if they are 100% intended to be here. So this is what they look like. There's ducks with tuxedos on. And if you try and do Federal Emergency Bunker on the normal style of mission or Invaded, these ducks are not there. There's no ducks. So these have purposely been added for this manhunt mission. And there's loads of them. Like I said, I found over 13 so far with the help of community members. And some are in very well hidden places, like this one here, just behind a generator that you need to interact with before you go down the lift. So they're placed conveniently. There's loads of them, and it kind of feels like Blueberry Bear Commendation or the gingerbread one on the raids where you got to go around and shoot these. One of these ducks are very peculiar because it gives you a interaction. So where I am now is just after the cafeteria before we go and interact with the generator that we have to defend. And there's a duck here just on top of this electrical box. And if you shoot this one, the lights go out. You get another Aaron Keener decoy, and that quickly changes to a big duck. So that is very, very strange and 100% coded in for this mission. As I said, I don't know if these actually do mean anything. It could be a red herring again. That could be the whole reference and Easter egg, that hologram of the decoy with the duck coming up. We know these ducks have been used in the game before. The game developers used them while they were coding the game and making the game as points of reference as to where bugs were or work was needed or something like that. I find it strange that they've been placed in this mission, so many of them, and we have that little Easter egg there. It's as if it's pointing to more. And it might be linked with the next thing I want to talk about. If you go to your expertise menu and head over to your pistols, you may notice that there's an additional pistol, and there is one has been added to the game with the update yesterday. And if we scroll down here, you'll notice it is called the Harvest. That's a brand new named sidearm. Now, whether this has been added as a bug, it could be that this has accidentally been added too soon, something that's coming at a later date. We're not too sure, but I'm in the mindset right now that potentially this has got something to do with those ducks. Now, I don't know, maybe if we can figure out what we do with all of those ducks on that mission, we get a secret room that opens that has a chest that has this in. It could be something like that, which I think would be very, very cool. A little puzzle to get a new weapon. But then again, I could be nowhere near the truth with that. I'd like to think that, though. I do think there is more to do with the ducks and there's something to figure out there. And there's potential that there's a way of getting this named item to drop that got added to the expertise yesterday. You know, maybe I'm adding two and two together and getting 5, or maybe they do link in with each other. Now, a few people in my comments have been discussing this harvest, and I've read a few comments saying that it's bugged, it shouldn't be in the game now. Other creators have said that They've tried expertise in it and it doesn't work. Well, I tried expertise in it. I got it all the way to proficient, as I would be able to with anything else in the expertise menu. So for me, it's not bugged in that sense. It is there. I can expertise it. And I have no reason at the minute to believe that we can't get a hold of this weapon. I agree that it could be a mistake and it shouldn't have been added. But with all those ducks, again, I'm inclined to believe that there's some secret to find out. So let me know what you all think about all of that down in the video comments and we'll have a discussion. I'm now moving on with today's video though and heading to my normally weekly reset. We will start with the vendor reset top picks in a few moments, but I do have some Division news to go over with you first. So let's head to the Division Game Twitter X page. And yesterday was such a bad day for them. They tried to release the update. They extended the maintenance. It finally went live. And then there was Delta after Delta after Delta across all platforms. Hardly anybody could play the game. The comments on all of their updates were absolutely atrocious. People just absolutely nailing into them. And it was just, must have just been a horrible day for them. They eventually did get it live. So I do want to say thank you again to the great team that got that live yesterday. They must have had a huge pressure on them and a lot of issues, but I'm glad it all got sorted in the end so we could complete our manhunt. And for those that do lay into them, it's okay to share your frustration. I'm not on about that, but when you cross the line and you go beyond frustration and you turn into a child adult on the internet that don't think, you know, you have no respect for nobody, stop doing that. Some of the comments were absolutely dreadful, and just give the guy some respect. So yeah, they had a very bad day. It was, you know, the maintenance, it wasn't the best. We're kind of used to this now, you know. I'm surprised that people still get surprised by issues happening on an update day. It's something that's very common. We should be expecting it. But if we go further down, they did post the day before about something they've done recently with the servers. And we did speak about this in stream. And we're going to read through this. It says, a message from the Division 2 team. Agents, following the infrastructure update and merge of the US servers last week, some of you may have noticed an uptick in crashes and lag. Ideally, merging the regions shouldn't have negatively affected your gaming experience, and latency should remain unchanged for the US players. We're still gathering data to fully understand the impact of the change, and we'll keep monitoring the situation until we can confirm that the servers are in the best possible location for optimal ping. Additionally, some of you might have found yourselves locked out of your accounts due to the increase in crashes. There's a precautionary measure to protect your save files from potential corruption caused by infrastructure changes or crashes. If you're still unable to access your save game, just share your user ID in the comments and we'll assist you, the Division 2 development team. I'll just put this backdrop on when we talk about this. My guess is that this had something to do with the servers worldwide yesterday, which is why they're having a lot of trouble with all the servers. I could be completely wrong, but you know, why the merge of servers as well? Why are they merging the US servers? Why are they doing this? And I have no idea how game development works, servers work, or anything like that. But I do have a theory as to why they might be making changes kind of like this with their servers. Now, at the start of Season 1 First Rogue, they did merge the level 30 and the level 40 endgame. Before that, my guess is that the level 30 game was on one server and the level 40 game was on another server. And at the time, they also announced that there was going to be Seasons 2.0 and there was going to be seasonal characters. And my guess here is that they were going to use that old level 30 server that they used for the level 30 characters for the seasonal characters. It just makes sense to me because everybody's now on the level 40 servers. They backtracked on that because of community reaction and we're no longer having seasonal characters. And for me, they could be in a position where it's like, hey, well, we've got this server here that we're doing nothing with. We don't have no level 30 no more. We don't have any seasonal characters coming. Why are we paying for this? So let's start merging servers. I could be completely wrong about this, but it's one of the theories that I have around everything that I've seen and read about the last few weeks and why they might be making changes like this with the servers. Obviously, you don't want to keep a hold of a lot of servers that are costing any money when you don't need to. If an idea has passed now and something's just going to die off, they might as well close the servers, right? They might as well merge some. This could be completely different with the communication that they did share because it was just on about merging the US servers. I believe there was a West, Central, and an East. And they've just merged them all together. But it's something that I was thinking about and talking about yesterday, what I thought I'd mention here right now. And that is pretty much it for news on the Division in the last week. I got nothing else for you. Someone did mention about Darius stepping down from the community manager role for the Division 2 and someone taking over, but I can't see any concrete information on that. If I do hear any more, I will speak about it next week in next week's update. So let's move on with this one, and we're going to talk about some other top picks in the vendor reset this week. We'll be starting at the countdown vendor. It's nowhere near as good as last week. I'm just going to get that out there right away. Last week was very, very good. This week is not so good, but there are a few picks, including the contractor's gloves here at the countdown vendor. If you've not got these yet, they're a very good item. Come and buy them. And if for some reason you find yourself at the theatre and you can't be bothered going to the base of operations, there's also some contractor's gloves here on sale, but with skill damage on. Maybe it's just that you want some of skill damage on. But also, they have a very good classic M1A here at the theatre vendor. It's got damage to target out of cover on it, which means you can roll any talent that you want. It will need some optimizing, but that will be god rolled whenever you do that. Last week, we had a gift on sale, and this week, we have another gift on sale. This can be found at DZ South. It's not a great one, unless it's something, again, that you want for peculiar attributes. Comes with hazard protection and skill damage on that, so if that is something that you want, you can get it from DZ South this week. And again, this is more for new players, but there's a baker's dozen on sale at DZ West. This comes with perfect lucky shot. You can roll damage to target out of cover on it. And again, it'll be god rolled for you once you've got it optimized. And I do have a recommendation from New York for you this week as well. If you head over to Roy Benitez, this is probably for new players again, but he is selling a PFE mod at 11%. I know that's not the best. You could get 12, you could get 13, but if you're a new player, you're looking to make some very good tank builds, this will sort you out until they drop for you. Last week, one of you asked me to include Cassie Mendoza and Danny Weaver, so we're going to include that from now on in these weekly updates, and I'll always show you the best way to find a snitch for new players. This doesn't work 100% of the time, but for me, this location works 90% of the time, and it will with any location where the snitch spawns. The snitch you have to find before you can find these two vendors. Okay, so if you come to this location here at DZ East, there's a very high chance you'll get the snitch like I do. If you don't, you can just log out, log back in, switch characters, try anything you want in that respect, and just keep on coming here until he does spawn.
Access granted.
My friend's open for business. Want to know where?
Once you have interacted with this snitch, Cassie and Danny's icons will be added to the map. I have no recommendations for what to buy from Cassie this week, and I'm not even sure how Danny works because I rarely come to him. But if these change at all, this week he has an exotic cache, optimization caches, 3 of them, a named cache, and a crafting material cache as well. So with that out the way, let's have a look at this week's activities. As we already know, the Knicks Manhunt went live yesterday. It was the season finale. We got the Aaron Keener Manhunt mission. Not only that, though, we do have a ×3 XP event. Normally, when there's a Manhunt, you get ×2 XP. It's not even for that long, to be honest with you. I think it covers about 15 levels or something like that. Well, this covers you for 100 levels, according to the XP multiplier down here. It's got 70 million. 70 million XP ×3 XP is what you can get. Well, this is active this week. You've only got until next Tuesday to take advantage of this, but that will get you ×3 XP up to 100 or thereabout levels. Nothing else is active this week. We move on to next week in 5 days, 18 hours time, where the Knicks League will go active for 2 weeks. You know how that works. We'll cover it next week. But you get this Moth or Butterfly Backpack Trophy as a reward for that. Then the Guardians Global event will be starting at the same time. So if you're looking forward to that, you can get stuck into that next week. And then beyond that, we have the Golden Bullet Global event in 2 weeks, 5 days time. At the very end here, this has been added. We have a ×5 XP event coming in 3 weeks and 1 day. So if you think the ×3 is good, you're going to have ×5 event coming up. And I mentioned it yesterday, but it's also worth noticing just these image changes. If you look at the global event images, they've all changed. That XP one as well is fresh. That's new anyway. We've never had an XP event like that before. But yeah, all the images are changing. Probably getting ready in line for Seasons 2.0 when it releases very, very soon. We'll move on to all the weekly reset stuff now, and we'll start with the invaded missions. You got Roosevelt Island invaded as the stronghold this week, with Potomac Event Center, DCD headquarters, and Federal Emergency Bunker needed to be done before you can unlock that. And then you'll be able to go ahead and go to Tidal Basin to complete that. And as I always say in these videos, if you are a new player, make sure you're focusing on these. If you need specialization points, these are great. You can run through them on normal and get 5 points per mission, but also to give you mods, to give you named items. They're very well worth doing while you're going through the game and still have unlocks to get. And then we have a weekly project. This week we have one from Haven, and you'll be spending time in the Financial District and Battery Park. You'll be completing activities in Financial District, Battery Park. You'll complete the Pathway Park mission on hard or higher, complete the Wall Street mission on hard or higher, complete the Liberty Island mission on hard or higher, and you'll get a hold of all of those rewards, including 3 exotic components. The weekly legendary mission this week is Capitol Building for your exotic cash, and everything else there stays the same pretty much every single week. And lastly, look at this outfit that I am wearing. It is Aaron Keener's outfit. This is what is on sale in this week's store bundle. And don't forget, it's that expensive compared to other bundle items in the last few weeks. You get 2 versions of the outfit. You get the one that I'm wearing here with the hood up, but you can also have it without the hood. And there you go, I've got the hood removed for you there. You get the gloves as an appearance item as well. I can't put these on because I've got exotic gloves on, but they look pretty cool. Just go into any gloves that you're wearing that aren't exotic, and they'll be an appearance slot. And you get the Aaron Keener weapon skin, which is a universal weapon skin. This can pretty much go on any weapon that you have. We did have an Aaron Keener outfit recently, so here's the hooded version that I got. There's the non-hooded version from the recent purchase, but then you have the Aaron Keener uniform as well. This was added, I think, at the end of last season or during last season. I forget when it was added, but it is a different one than that. So this is the old one that they gave us, and then this is the new one. It's exactly the same as what he was wearing in yesterday's Manhunt. You can practically be an Aaron Keener twin while you do that mission. And that's your lot for this week's update video. I am enjoying doing these again. I'm glad you're liking them as well. Don't forget to feedback in the comments if you want something else included or things like that, because you're helping shape these videos going forward. I have decided I will be doing them every Wednesday when I can. I know the game resets on a Tuesday, but we don't have everything on a Tuesday, and then there's a lot of things that sometimes gets discussed and we're missed if we do the update on the Tuesday. So Wednesday just gives us that extra day to gather more information for you, including the Cassie Mendoza stuff, and deliver you a better video. So maybe a day late from the reset, but it works well for me, and I think it works well for you. Again, comment down below if you do enjoy these and if you want to see anything else added, and thank you for watching. As always, don't forget to hit like on the video to support us. Subscribe if you're new around here. Come and check out our Discord. Every detail you need to know about me is down below in the video description. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, take care and peace out.